Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this lecture is all about installing MongoDB on our HDP Sandbox. So in the previous lecture we have seen all about introductory part of MongoDB and how it works, where we have seen what is MongoDB, how the data is stored in it, and some basic features as well as its advantages. So now let's get our hands dirty and install MongoDB on our HDP Sandbox. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here you can see I have already booted up the HDP Sandbox and all the services are running fine without any issues. So just make sure of that by logging into Ambari, and we can just start our installation through the command line. So just open the PuTTY terminal now and log in as Maria_dev. So as you already know, the host name would be Maria_dev @localhost and the port is 2222. So just save it to save some time, open it. And you already know the password, so give like Maria_dev, and that's it. We have logged in. So the first step would be log in as a root user, because you will have all the privileges to get started with our installation. So just you give su root and give the password which you have set. So by default it is Hadoop all in lowercase. So just give the password. That's it. And now we need to download the connector which connects Ambari and MongoDB. So one developer actually made that connector for us. Thank you so much for that guy. And we can just get that connector through his Git account. So we'll use git clone to replicate that connector in our HDP Sandbox. But we need to make sure we are in the right path. So just we need to go to the specific directory. So just give cd, then go to /var/lib. Then give /ambari-server/resources/stacks. Hit enter. Just give list here. So you have to go to the HDP now. So just give cd, give HDP in capital. Again hit ls. So here you need to choose the specific version of your Hortonworks Sandbox. So here we have installed 2.6 version of it. So we will choose 2.6, but it totally depends on which version you have installed. So according to that, I'll give like cd 2.6, again give ls, and here you can see you need to go to the services now. So just give like services, and here you can see all the services which are installed already on our HDP Sandbox. So this comes preloaded. So here you can see all the services are there: HBase, HDFS, Hive, Kafka, as well as Scoop. So most of the services we have already worked with. But now for MongoDB, we need to get that connector here. So for that purpose, we need to use the git clone to replicate that connector into the specific path. So just type like git clone, then give like https://github.com/ and now just be careful with the spelling because his name is pretty complicated. So just give like NIKUNJNESS. So just look out for the typing error here, /mongo-ambari.git. So if everything looks good, just hit enter. So it's just cloning his git and it's done. And now we need to restart our Ambari service. We need to give like ambari-server restart. That's it. Hit enter. So it will just restart our Ambari server now. So yeah, so you can ignore these exceptions and our Ambari service has been restarted. So just we need to log into the Ambari as admin and install and deploy the MongoDB service on our sandbox. So the next step would be just go to the localhost 8080, which is the login page of Ambari. And here in the username, you have to log in as an admin to get the all privileges to add the service. So give the admin and give the password here. So the default password would be admin, but if you are facing any issues or else you have forgotten your password, all you can do is you can just go to the command line and log in as a root user and then run the command like ambari-admin-password-reset, and it will just reset your password so that you'll be able to log into Ambari through admin. So just sign in. So just close the warnings, and as you can see all the services are running fine without any issues. So for adding MongoDB, you just have to go below and click on actions, and give like add service. So just click on it, and here in this list you can pretty much find the MongoDB here. So yeah, so MongoDB is there. So click on MongoDB having the version for 3.2. So just give next. Then it's time to assign the master. So just I'll recommend you to keep it as default. Again click next. Yeah, and it's a single node cluster, so give next. Yeah, and we'll keep it as default. Give next, and then click OK. So it is just warning us that our machine is not capable of running it, but we don't have any option. We have to deploy it as a single node cluster only. So just still give proceed anyway. Yeah, so we can just review all the configuration we have provided, and we can click on deploy. So just click on deploy now. Yeah, so it is just installing and starting our services. So it will take a while, so just grab your coffee and come back after some time. And I also have to warn you that MongoDB service is really painful, because most of the time it will not at all get installed successfully, and if you find any error, it will not at all install if you retry it. So all you have to do is you can just pre-install your HDP image and then set up all the root accounts, then admin accounts, and you have to go all of these hassles. So if it just install in the first time, then we will be lucky. Let's see. Yeah, we are really lucky. So as you can see, our MongoDB has been installed, started, and tested as well. So if you are facing any issues, just try to retry it once. Otherwise you need to reinstall your HDP image and start up the whole thing again, which will be a somewhat inconvenient. But if you really want to run MongoDB on your cluster, then it's totally worth it. So just click on next and then click on complete. So it is just loading now. Yeah. So this is how you can install MongoDB on your HDP Sandbox. So if you click on MongoDB now, as you can see, it has no errors and all the services are running fine without any issues. So this is all about the installation of MongoDB. But in the next lecture, we are going to run a PySpark script which will load the data into MongoDB collections. So for that purpose, we have to install the Pi Mongo, which will give us the capability to run the Python program and communicate with the Mongo service, so that we can integrate MongoDB with Spark and Hadoop. So let's do that first. So again, just log into the putty. So my session was closed, so I'll just open it again, then give the password, and after that I'll again log in as a root, su root, the password, and we need to go to the particular directory. So again, just go to that specific directory. So give cd var lib /ambari-server/resources/stacks, and again go to HDP. Then we have 2.6 /and services. So this was the path where we have replicated that Mongo Ambari connector. Again hit ls. So here you can see the Mongo Ambari connector is present. So now just give the command like pip install Pi Mongo, and for safer side, let's give the version as well. So 3.4.0 is the version which is compatible with our Hadoop sandbox. So we will just give like that, and that's it. Hit enter. So it's just collecting all the packages. Yeah, so we have successfully installed Pi Mongo here. So if you just give like Mongo here, hit enter, as you can see, we have successfully started MongoDB service in our HDP Sandbox. So if we can give like show dbs, so here you can see this command is used for showing all the databases which are present. So here only one database is present, which is local, so we can give use local, and here switch to db local, and we can get the table list. So I'm not sure if there are any tables present here, so we'll give like show collections. So you have to remember that in MongoDB there is no concept like tables. We can call it as collections. So collections are nothing but the collection of documents which could be having different sorts of schemas assigned to them. So if we just give show collections, here we have the startup log. So yeah, there was one table present. So this was pretty much all about installing MongoDB service on our HDP Sandbox, and we have just verified it by running some simple commands on the MongoDB shell. So in this lecture, what we have done is we have logged in as a root first, then we have gone to the specific path where all the services reside. So just don't forget to select the specific version on which you are running your cluster, and then we have just replicated that connector from the Git by using the git clone, and we have restarted the Ambari, and after that we have just logged in as the admin in Ambari to add the MongoDB service and deploy it on our cluster. So this was pretty easy. So in the next lecture, we will just look out at our PySpark script, which will give us the capability to read and write from the MongoDB database, where we will just play with some data, create some RDTs and data frame on top of it, and we'll just write it down directly to the MongoDB using the MongoDB connectors. So we have all the things set up. So in the next lecture, we will just learn the code and submit it on our cluster. So I'll just give all the installation steps in the description below so that it will be easier for you to follow along. So if you face any issues while installing, just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you like this lecture. So please subscribe to our channel and also ring the notification bell to get the latest updates. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, which I have linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.